Good afternoon, everybody. We are here again. It's a beautiful September afternoon here where I'm at, and we are in the midst of a pennant race. So I am firing up some more historical matchups just to get the baseball fever going even further. One of the joys of doing this is teams facing off each other from different eras, and that's exactly what we got this time around. So let's introduce these teams. First off, the 2012 Cincinnati Reds. Just a few years ago, it appears, Dusty Baker led this team to the postseason. They lost to the Giants in the divisional series, but the Reds had a good string of baseball going in the early 2010s. They won 97 games, won the NL Central, and Joey Votto led this team with a .337 and an amazing .474 on-base percentage. 44 doubles for him. You see there Brandon Phillips had 77 RBIs. He had 18 home runs and had an outstanding glove. Ryan Ludwig in left field drove an 80. And Jay Bruce with his 34 home runs, 99 RBIs, also was a big power bat in this lineup. And 37-year-old Scott Rowland also contributing a little bit, playing some third base with his still dependable arm. Todd Frazier, you can see, was on this team as well, 19 home runs and a .273, not bad year for Frazier. So the lineup did have some power, did have some experience, and was really led by the outstanding professional hitting of Joey Votto, who was an MVP candidate at this point in time. Pitching very, very good. Johnny Cueto, a great season in 2012, 19-9 with a .278. He went 217 innings. Matt Latos, 14-4, very impressive season. For Latos, Homer Bailey, 13-10 with a .368, a lot of promise still in his arm. And 35-year-old ageless Bronson Arroyo doing the job for the Reds as well, along with Mike Leake with a handful of starts, well actually 30 starts for him as well. So we'll see what Dusty Baker does with their rotation. Aroldis Chapman, of course, the closer, 38 saves, a dominant closer, 122 strikeouts in limited work in 68 games in 71 innings, speaks for itself. Sean Marshall, still an arm in the pen you can count on. And the Reds had their starters go pretty deep in ball games and were a well-rounded team, very, very good. This Reds team took the Giants, who won the championship actually that year, to the brink in the playoffs. So it'll be fun to watch the Reds compete in this little window of talent that they had. But they got an excellent draw because they're going to face one of the worst teams actually in baseball history, all the way back to 1909. It's the Boston Doves, who lost 108 games and only won 45. So the Reds will be chomping at the bit to get out against the Doves, who really struggled, had two managers, and not much here to speak of at all on this team. Bill Sweeney had 120 hits for this team, but only a .243 average. The team hit very, very few doubles and home runs, slugged very poorly. Beals Becker led the team with 6 home runs, but only 24 RBIs. The team couldn't score runs, even couldn't steal bases for the era that they were in. Ginger Beaumont, a player you may have heard of, Peaches Graham as well, the catcher, but very, very poor for the Doves. Obviously, with only 45 wins, the lineup didn't put any fear in anybody. The pitching, Al Mattern actually had a decent ERA, but he lost 21 games. Cecil Ferguson even worse with 23 losses. Kirby White, Lou Ritchie also getting starts here. Mismatch here for the Doves. Pitching actually wasn't terrible. It was just that the offense was so inept that they really weren't in many ball games to begin with. So the Doves, basically a punching bag at this time, and we give every team a number, and they're all eligible to be drawn. And we did get the Doves here, and it's fun to watch some of these terrible teams and see if they can surprise anybody. But honestly, there shouldn't be much of a surprise because the Reds are a very good team. So obviously we'll start off at Great American Ballpark and move from there to Boston for the middle portion. We'll see if the Doves can do anything in this series. Johnny Cueto will get the start against 23-game loss pitcher Cecil Ferguson. It looks like the Reds pitching should have some real success in this series, but we start off 0-0, and we start off the series and see where we go. So, best of 7 series, series number 122 for us. It is the 1909 Boston Doves going up against the highly favored 2012 Cincinnati Reds. So here we are, beautiful Cincinnati. We are bottom of the second inning of game 1. Zach Cozart is the hitter with a man on. No score in this ball game. And there's a fly ball just fair down the line to right with a man on. We're going to move someone to third now. So second and third here for the Reds, bottom of the second, as they try to get on the board. Drew Stubbs, the hitter. And Stubbs is going to hit it into the hole. Play will be made there, and a nice play at shortstop by Dalen. And that will end the inning and the threat here. We'll move to the third. Dave Sheen, the hitter, against Cueto with a man on and one out. This one's hit up the middle. So we got runners on the corners as the throw is beaten there. So we got first and third with Johnny Bates at the plate. Bates is going to lift this one to left. Coming out's the third baseman and the shortstop. Play's going to be made there. Cozart's got it for the second out. Runner cannot score or advance. So we'll move forward here, bottom of the third. Joey Votto, the hitter against Ferguson. No score in this ball game. Votto rips it deep to right, way back. He got all of this one. Looking up. Goodbye, Joey Votto. Home run. Third inning, a solo shot to right. Fireworks go out here in Cincy, and it's 1-0 Reds as they break out in front. Cueto now in a little bit of a jam with 2 outs. The pitcher up in Ferguson. He strikes out. Cueto gets Ferguson swinging, and the 1-0 score remains here. Into the 5th. Dave Sheen, the hitter. Cueto delivers, and Sheen goes to center field. That's going to be caught out there. Stubbs has got it. Bill's Becker now the hitter with 2 outs and 1 on. Becker's going to go into the hole. That ball will get through there. Runner moving the third. Throw's going to be late. And we got runners on first and third with 2 outs here for the Cubs. Dalen's the hitter. Strike 3, however, Cueto gets the inside corner on a 1-2 pitch. He strikes him out, and it is still 1-0 in this ball game. We're bottom of the 6th now. Ryan Hannigan, the hitter, with a man on second. Hannigan goes to the hole in right. That's going to get through. Run around in third. Throw to the plate. It's going to be close. Runner is safe. Hannigan makes it all the way to second. We got an RBI single. And it's 2-0 now, Cincinnati. We move to the 7th. Sean Marshall's come on. In relief, top of the inning. Nobody out. There's the line drive to center field for a base hit. Roy Thomas on first with Dave Sheen now hitting. Nobody out. 2-0 ball game. This one's hit to short. Play by Cozart. Only play is going to be at second base. 2 outs now. Runners on the corner for Ginger Beaumont. Sam LeClaire has come in the pitch, and there's a line drive to center field. That's going to drop for a single, so the Doves get on the board here in the 8th inning. An RBI single by Beaumont. It is 4-1. We'll move now bottom of the 8th inning. Brandon Phillips at the plate with a man on and 1 out. Phillips is going to line this one, and that'll be a hit to right field. Number 8 for the Reds. The 4-1 game remains to the 9th, where Aldalis Chapman has come on to try to close the door. Beals Becker's the hitter. Chapman fires. This one's hit to first. Nice play by Votto, and he'll take it himself. And just like that, fairly efficiently here, the Reds take game 1 4-1. They got out hit in this one 11-8, but they get the job done as expected. The Doves just didn't have the run producing power to really get it done here. Cecil Ferguson didn't pitch terribly, struck out 7, but we'll get the loss. Johnny Cueto gets the win after going 6 innings with 4 Ks. No earned runs. Ryan Hannigan 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And Ardalis Chapman gets the save in the 9th inning, doing the job there. So Cueto was able to carry the load for the most part and lead the Reds to victory. Joey Votto also hit a solo home run to open the scoring in the 3rd inning. And the Reds do exactly what you expect them to do. They take Game 1 of this series. No surprises there. We'll move now to Game 2. Matt Latos will take the mound for the Reds against Cliff Curtis. As again, the Doves lineup tries to get something done against Cincinnati. It'll be a tough go of it, of course. Let's see if Game 2 is any different. The Reds holding the 1-0 series lead and looking for more. Game number 2 now. Matt Latos on the mound here in the 1st inning. There's a ground ball to center field. That ball's going to get through. That's the first hit of the game, and we got a threat now by the Doves. We got 1st and 3rd with nobody out. Johnny Bates, the hitter, and Bates is going to lift the single to center field. So the Doves are going to get on the board and more, maybe. It's 1-0 here in the very 1st inning. Matt Latos with trouble. 2-0 now. We'll move to the 3rd. Bates up there again with a man on. Bates hits it into the gap. That ball's going to get down there. That run's going to head for 3rd. He's going to try to score. Another run for the Doves. An RBI double by Bates. He's having a heck of a game. And it is 3-0 Boston. Base is loaded now. Only 1 out. Fred Beck, the hitter. Latos all types of trouble. This is hit to 2nd. Relay and double play completed by the Reds. So it could have been worse. It's 3-0, however, Doves. We'll move now. It's 4-1 to the 6th inning. John Frazier, the hitter, against Kirby White. 1 out. This is hit deep to center field. That ball's going to get over the center fielder's head. So Frazier's going to head for 3rd here with a 1 out and a triple for Todd Frazier. That ball ripped into center field. Here's Ryan Hannigan. That's ball 4 will be inside to Hannigan. And Zach Cozart, the hitter now. Cozart will hit this to short. Play's going to be made at 2nd. Relay to 1st. Double play, Doves. No runs for the Reds here in the 6th. It is 5-1 now. We'll move bottom of the 7th. Kirby White, a heck of a game on the mound. Got Rowland, the hitter, and he goes deep to right field, but that's going to be playable by the fans. In the bleachers, playable. That ball's way out of here. Home run 5-2 is the score. That outfielder moving towards it had me fooled there, but that ball was way gone, and it's 5-2 now our score. We'll move to the 8th. Johnson Arroyo has come in. We'll face Peaches Graham here. This one's roped into left field for a single by Graham with 2 outs. The 10th hit for the Doves. 5-2 is our score here. Bottom of the 8th. Hannigan's the hitter. Hannigan will break his bat and single to left field. But nothing doing. We move to the bottom of the 9th. Forrest Moore's the pitcher. 2 outs against Brandon Phillips. This one flied into left. That should be playable. Catch is made by Bates, and there you have it, folks. That's baseball for you. The 45-win team comes right back here and defeats Dusty Baker and the Reds. 5-2 in game number 2. Cliff Curtis went 5 innings. He'll get the win. Allowed 1 earned run. Joey Votto 4 for 4, but nothing doing much for the Reds offense in general. And Dave Sheen went 3 for 5 with 2 runs. I believe Bates drove in a couple runs as well. And Moore got the save in the 9th. It is 5-2 our final. And just like that, it's an even series. No sweep in this one. The Reds are stunned by the Doves in game 2. And now this series is moving to Boston. South End Grounds is where we're going to be at for game number 3. Homer Bailey taking the mound for the Reds against Al Mattern, who isn't a bad pitcher in his own right. And we'll see if Boston gets any momentum here to try to keep it going in the colossal upset attempt. Or will the Reds just get over the bump in the road and get back on track? So it's getting interesting. Let's see what happens in game 3. Out in Boston, series all even at 1. So we head to Boston, 1909 here. We got Brandon Phillips in the first inning with only 1 out. And there's a line drive deep the opposite field. That's going to get up against the wall. So Phillips is going to turn it on and make a triple out of this. Votto now at the dish. Votto's going to come through with a base hit to center field. He rips it up the middle. And Phillips scores, putting the Reds up 1-0 in this ball game. 3-0 as we move to the bottom of the 5th. First and second now for Dave Sheen against Homer Bailey, who's been good. With 2 outs here, he allows a base hit to right field, and there's going to be a run around in third to throw to the plate. Not in time, and the Doves get on the board here. It's 3-1, and Johnny Bates looking to add to the rally. But there's a strikeout. Bailey gets out of it, so it's still a Reds lead here, 3-0. Big error in the inning as well. We'll move now to the 7th. Jay Bruce up against Viv Lindeman. And Bruce goes to center field, but that's going to be caught. Runner tag, and the throw's a good one at the plate. They're going to get him. Phillips is out. Great throw by Thomas in center field to preserve the 3-1 scoreline. Outstanding defensive play as we hit the 7th inning stretch in Boston. We'll move to the 8th now. Todd Frazier, the man at the dish, against Forrest Moore. And this one's deep to left. The park's going to be up against the wall. I thought it had a chance of going, but Frazier's going to make it a triple. Great hustle by Frazier. He makes it all the way to third. That ball was ripped. It is the 12th Reds hit. He has 2 triples already in the series. It's 4-1 now. We move bottom of the 8th. Jonathan Broxton is the pitcher. There's a long shot to left field. That ball's going to get down. So Thomas here has a double, playing some good defense and hitting the ball well is the center fielder for the Doves. Only the 4th hit for Boston. Dave Sheen now at the plate with nobody out. Sheen is going to hit it to the hole. That ball's going to get through. Run around in third. Here comes the throw. Going to be late. Thomas scores. It's 4-2 now as the Doves try to keep it close. Johnny Bates at the plate. Sean Marshall has come in to pitch for the Reds. And there's another hit for the Doves. So the Doves turning it on here. With nobody out in the 8th inning, they got 2 on. Beals Becker now with a big chance. Becker's going to hit this one, but it's too high. Making the play fairly easy there for Bruce in right field. 1 out for Bill Dalen, and Chapman has already gotten the call from the pen. So Dusty Baker not wasting any time. And that's why there's the strikeout. Dolan's down. Swinging, and here's Ginger Beaumont. Chapman lining it up again, and there's strike 3. Chapman strikes out the 2 men he faces, and the score is now 4-2. We'll move to the 9th. Chapman's still in there. Bill Sweeney, the hitter. That one's inside, so Chapman walks Sweeney. Runner on first for Peaches Graham, and Sam LeClaire has come on. So Dusty Baker, some interesting moves here. But this is hit to short. Play's going to be made at second. Relay to first, a double play. Kozar got it started, so LeClaire gets the twin killing. And it comes down to Gus Getz now with 2 outs in the 9th. Wetzel line this one to short. Kozart backhands it. What a great play by the shortstop. Kozart makes 2 fine plays in the 9th inning. And the Reds take this game 4-2 as they get back on track in this series on the road. Homer Bailey pitched very well, 7 strong innings without an earned run, and Brandon Phillips 3 for 4 with a triple and 2 RBIs, while Dave Sheen 2 for 2, 2 RBIs, both RBIs for the losing Doves. LeClaire came in as Dusty Baker really used his pen liberally here, using Marshall, Chapman, and LeClaire to close it out, but it all works out. The Reds get the win they need, and now they go back up on top in the series, putting aside that home loss that they had. And we're going to look at now Game 4 as Mike Leake for the Reds is going to take on Lou Ritchie. Another crucial game in the series. I think if the Reds take this one, it's just about wrapped up. But if the Doves win, I think we're going to have some very interesting games coming up. So this Game 4 is crucial. Heading out to South End Grounds for game number 4, the Reds looking to keep their good play going, and the Doves looking to jump back into the series with an upset win. So let's head out to Game 4. Here we are in Boston. We got game number 4 for you. Joey Votto up there with 2 men on against Lou Ritchie. Votto looks at ball 4. He's always been a master of getting on base and great batter's eye, of course. Bases loaded now. A big spot for Ryan Ludwig. But Ludwig will strike out with the bases loaded. Ritchie with a big K, and that'll keep the game scoreless here in the 3rd inning. We'll move to the 4th. Mike Leake up there. Leake the pitcher with 2 men on and 2 out. And Leake's going to dribble one up the middle. He comes through. Throw to the plate. Is going to be late. 1-0 Reds on the Mike Leake single. The pitcher coming through. Unlikely source there, but the Reds will take it. And we move now to the bottom of the 4th with Dave Sheen up there against Leake. Man on. That's grounded to second. That's going to be an easy double play for Cincinnati. Fifth inning now. Votto up there with a man on and a 1-run lead. Votto is going to drill this one into the gap between first and second, and they'll get through. Runner will move to third. So with nobody out, the Reds with men on the corners. And Todd Frazier is the hitter. Frazier will hit this one past the second baseman. Looked like he might have been able to make that play, but he does not, and it is now 2-0 Reds. And Ryan Hannigan has a chance against Ritchie, and he takes ball 4. So with 2 outs now, the Reds with an opportunity to really break this game open. Zach Kozart at the plate, bases loaded, but Kozart will strike out, so Ritchie keeps the game within reach. It is still 2-0 here, Cincinnati, as the Reds have missed a couple bases loaded opportunities. And bottom of the 5th now with Mike Leake facing Beals Becker to lead off the inning. Becker's going to single this one to right field to lead it off. Runner on second now for Bill Dallin. Dallin will get this one just fair down the right field line, and that's going to score a run. And the Doves are on the board here with 2 outs in the 7th inning. It is now 2-1. So making a definite game of it here as they try to get back into this game. Fred Beck now the hitter with 2 outs and a tying run on second. But Beck looks at strike 3. He just completely fooled on the Leake pitch, and that will end the frame here. It's a 2-1 game in the bottom now of the 8th. We move to Bill Sweeney facing Leake, who's still in this game. But this one's going to be hit on a line to left field, so we got a runner on first with nobody out. Peaches Graham, the hitter. Graham puts down a bunt. That one's a good one. The play's going to be made at first in time, but the runner will advance. So small ball here by the Doves. Tying run on second for Ginger Beaumont. He takes one outside, so it's going to be first and second now for the Doves with only one out. Roy Thomas, the hitter. Thomas will hit it to third. Play's going to be made at first. Frazier makes the play. 2 outs now, but the runners on second and third. Big ramifications here for Dave Sheen. Leake continues to pitch. Here's the delivery. This is on the ground. Kozar makes the play. Nice play by the shortstop to end the threat here in the 8th. 2-1 remains our score. We'll move now to the top of the 9th with 2 outs. Ludwig faces Bill Chappell. And he hits it into the gap. That one's hit hard all the way to the wall. Ludwig's going to make it all the way to third with a 2-out triple. He's a big run because that's a huge insurance run here. And Todd Frazier's going to try to come through with 2 men on. Frazier takes ball 4, so another bases loaded opportunity here in the 9th inning for the Reds. And Hannigan's the hitter. Hannigan's going to lift this one to center field, but that's not going to be deep enough or shallow enough. Play's going to be made there by Thomas. So we're going to move now bottom of the 9th, and Erlanis Chapman is the closer who's come in and try to hold this 2-1 lead. Let's see what he can do. The fireballer delivers. This one's hit on the ground to Votto. He'll make it easy play, so there's 1 out. Niels Becker now the hitter. 1-run game. This is hit to the shortstop. Should be routine. Kozart makes the play, so 2 outs now, and Bill Dalen's the last hope for the Doves. Chapman winds up and delivers. Strike 3. He gets him. And that's going to do it. A 94-mile-an-hour pitch by Chapman, and he took something off of it. 2-1's our final score. Cincinnati gets a hard-fought win, but a win nonetheless. Mike Leake was very, very good in this ball game. 8 innings pitched with only 1 earned run. Walked only 1 man. Lou Ritchie did well for the losing side, but he allowed the 2 earned runs. And Todd Frazier was 3 for 4 with an RBI and a double. Cincinnati putting runs up in the 4th and the 5th inning, and Chapman gets his 2nd save of the series. And now it's tipped in favor here completely to the Reds, as expected. They now lead this series 3-1. The last game here in Boston, maybe the last game of the series. We'll have to see if the Doves have fight in them. Johnny Cueto is going to take the mound, who was very, very good in Game 1 against Cecil Ferguson. Everything on the line here for the Doves as they try to at least extend the series back to Cincinnati, but we'll see if they have the pride to defend their home field or not. May not even be about pride. It might even be about talent. The bats, as we expected, just haven't been there. But let's take a look now at Game 5. The Reds, with the killer instinct, look and end the series. Johnny Cueto has a chance to do exactly that. So here we are, Game 5. Jay Bruce up there in the top of the 2nd inning. Bruce hits this one to second. He'll be made there. Relay to first. Up. Play by the Doves here in second. Bottom third. Dave Sheen against Cueto. Sheen will hit this one past the third baseman. That's going to get down, run around in third. The ball's cut off, and the Doves will get on the board first. Sheen knocks in a run with an RBI. We move to the 6th. Cecil Ferguson pitching a wonderful game here against the Reds. Brandon Phillips is up here in the 6th inning. Phillips will get a base hit. It's only the 2nd hit of the day for the Reds. Joey Votto, the hitter. Votto is going to go to left field. He goes the other way. Way back there. Ball is going to be caught near the wall. What a catch by Bates. That ball looked like it was going, but Bates had a great beat on it. Wonderful play by the left fielder. And it remains 1-0 here in the 7th as Todd Frazier's at the pitch. Frazier takes ball 4 to open up the 7th inning. Hannigan now against Ferguson. Hannigan hits it to the hole. Play at second. Relay to first. Another nice double play by the Doves. They turn it flawlessly, and this game is remaining 1-0. We move now to the 8th inning. Chris Heisey up there against Ferguson. 5 hits total in this ballgame. This one's hit to short. Play will be made there. Nice play by Dolan. 2 outs now, Brandon Phillips. Strike 3. He is out, and Ferguson with a changeup is pitching an absolute gem in this one. 1-0. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Broxton has come in to pitch for the Reds. This is lined to center field. It's a base hit. Starr with a single. But we are in the 9th inning now. Chick Evans trying to hold on to this 1-0 lead, facing Joey Votto to start the inning. The shift is on for Votto. He takes ball 4 outside. So Votto representing the tying run as Ryan Ludwig is the hitter. Evans trying to get the save. There's a strikeout. So Evans gets a strike 3 call. A perfect pitch on the outside corner. Here's Jay Bruce. Also strikeout. And the Doves pitching a 2-hitter here. With 2 outs, it comes down to Todd Frazier. Full count. Pitch is line down the line. That's going to be a fair ball. Votto heading to third. Votto's going to try to score. He will. And just like that, with 2 outs in the 9th inning, Todd Frazier ties this game up. Joey Votto scoring all the way from first base. It's a 1-1 game here as Ryan Hannigan's at the plate. Hannigan will lift this one to left field. That one's dropping in a hurry, but a great catch. Wonderful catch out there by Bates. He's played a great left field in this ball game, and he saves the go-ahead run. Remember that play by Johnny Bates out in left field. We'll move to the 9th. Sean Marshall facing Bates now, who the hero in the field is now at the dish. But Bates will strike out. He can't get it done here. So there's 1 out for Bills Becker in a tie ball game. Becker is walked. That was a close pitch. But Marshall will walk him. So here's Bill Dolan with the man on first. Fans on their feet. This is hit deep to left, but it could be playable. Out there to make the play is Ludwig. So there's 2 outs, 1 on for Ginger Beaumont. That's a ball, and ball 4 to Beaumont. So there's 2 men on here. The pitcher for the Reds is Jose Arredondo. He's facing now Gus Getz with 2 on and 2 outs. Getz will hit this one past the third baseman. That gets down, running around in third. Here comes the prey of the plate. Doves win. The Doves win on a walk-off single. They mob home plate. Getz is the hero. He comes through. Ludwig could not get the runner who scored from second base, and it is 2-1 our final. A great ball game here in Boston. And the Doves stay alive as they win this one 2-1. Their pitching has been very good. And they refuse to end this series and lose it. Home, they come through. Ferguson pitched a great ball game. He was 8 innings strong with no earned runs, struck out 5. Johnny Cueto also very good. Todd Frazier 1 for 2 with a double. An RBI, 2 walks. But it was the Getz single that was the difference in the bottom of the 9th after Frazier had tied the game in the top of the 9th in dramatic fashion with 2 outs. And that means the Doves do exactly what we talked about. They've taken the series back to Cincinnati as the Reds will have to try to play the extra games now to end this series. It's 3-2. Matt Latos will take the mound for the Reds against Cliff Curtis. Latos struggled in his first start. So it's not a sure thing that the Doves are dead yet. We'll see what happens in Cincinnati as the fans will be rocking and the Reds will hope to close out this series. 3-2. The Doves trying to keep a miracle run going. Let's see what happens here. Live from Great American Ballpark, Game 6 is coming up. So we are live now in Game 6 at the Great American Ballpark. It is a scoreless game. We are in the 6th inning. And at the plate is Joey Votto. We got a great pitching matchup. Matt Latos actually has a no-hitter going for the Reds. But let's see if the Reds can give him some runs. Votto up there with nobody out and the man on. And he takes ball 4. So now it's 1st and 2nd. Curtis facing Ryan Ludwig here. Nobody out. There's a fly ball. That's hit hard to right. That'll be caught out there. Becker's got it. So 2nd and 3rd one out for Jay Bruce. Infield is in. Bruce is going to hit this one to center field. That's not too deep. Catch is going to be made. Runner tagging. He will score. So Phillips will score on the play. Bruce with the sacrifice fly. And it is 1-0 Reds here. Hannigan up there with 2 outs. Hannigan takes ball 4 as Curtis walks him. And the Reds looking to build even more here. Cozart up with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Cozart, he'll hit it fair down the right field line. That hits the chalk. We got 1 run in. 2 runs in. The bases are cleared by Cozart. It is a 3-run double, and it is 4-0 Cincinnati. Just what they needed here in this crucial Game 6. Cozart lines one that just was fair. We'll move to the 7th now, where Matt Latos has the fans all in anticipation. He's been pitching a no-no. Here's the pitch. This one is lined to left field, so hold the press conference for the no-hitter. A base hit. Beck breaks it up. But the Reds got more important things to worry about, like closing out this series. We're in the 8th inning with 2 outs. Johnny Bates facing Chapman, who's coming to the game early. This one's hit into the hole. That'll get through. Runner going to round 3rd, so the Doves will get on the board here in the 8th inning with an RBI single by Bates. We'll move bottom of the 8th. Todd Frazier with 1 out at the plate. 4-1 our score. Frazier lines a single to center field, so the 3rd baseman with a single. Hannigan the hitter against Kirby White. Hannigan goes up the middle. That ball's going to get through. Frazier's going to hold up at 2nd, so 1st and 2nd, 1 out. And Chapman's going to hit for himself. He lines a single to center field. Orlandis Chapman with a base hit. Out of nowhere, surprising here, everybody. The bases are going to be loaded for 2 outs. With 2 outs, it's now 6-1. Joey Votto at the plate. Votto's going to line a single left. That's going to score even more. 2 more runs are going to come home. The Reds are in celebration mode here as they now lead at 8-1. I don't think the Doves can score 8 runs in a week, much less in an inning. 1 out here in the 9th inning. Hoover's the pitcher against Peaches Graham. This is hit to short. Play at 2nd is made. Relay to 1st. They got him. They get him by an eyelash at first base, and the Reds celebrate here on their home field. They win this game 8-1 and win the series in 6 games. As expected, the Reds wrap it up. Matt Latos gets the win. He pitched well here in Game 6. Joey Votto 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Cliff Curtis takes the loss. He allowed 4 earned runs in his 6 innings of work, but it was Latos who really had it going, including 6 innings of no-hit ball. The Ludwig bases clearing double really helped in the 6th inning. And in the end, as expected, it was the Doves' lack of power and hitting that really did them in this series. We knew they weren't going to generate a lot of runs, and that's exactly what happened. Johnny Bates with 4 RBIs, Dave Sheen with 3, but not much more than that for this Doves team that really struggled, but their pitching, I gotta say, did well and showed up, especially arms like Cecil Ferguson, who pitched 13 innings with a .69. Lou Ritchie did well. Cliff Curtis got pounded a little bit in that last game, but his first start was solid. And a lot of bullpen arms and nice arms that didn't allow any runs, like Viva Lindman, who went 2 scoreless innings. For the Reds, Joey Votto hit .500 in the series and was named MVP. He went 12 for 24 with an on-base of .571, drove in 4 with a homer. Frazier with 3 RBIs. Cozart 5 RBIs, including 3 in that last game. The bats were not excellent for the Reds, but they didn't need to be. They're pitching pretty good. Aroldis Chapman with no runs allowed and 7 strikeouts in less than 4 innings of work. He also got a couple saves. Homer Bailey pitched well in his only start. Johnny Cueto very good in both of his starts. And Matt Latos picked himself up as well in that Game 6 effort. And Mike Leake also had a good start in game number 4. So this was Reds from beginning to end. The Doves did give a battle, but just didn't have the horses to get it done. And the 2012 Cincinnati Reds, led by Dusty Baker, will move on. The 1909 Boston Doves will remain in history as a team that couldn't get much done. That's part of this project. We are bringing all teams back, including those that are not remembered very fondly. Everybody gets a chance, but this time it is the Reds with Series 122. Out of the Park Baseball 20 is our game, and I hope you enjoy all of our matchups. If this is the first one you've followed, please continue to do so. Subscribe if you want to. We'll be right here back with you for another matchup very shortly. This time it's the Reds, as expected, taking care of the Doves.